Well, guys, it is not looking good at Stellantis right now. One of their major benefits, I guess would be to say, is the United States government was going to subsidize the dog shit out of their electric vehicle program at Stellantis. And that included the Ram 1500. Well, myself, Dizzle in Motion, a couple other YouTubers, and some journalists actually got together and exposed that Stellantis is moving their production of their Ram 1500 truck in its entirety to Mexico. Well, when the press asked questions at the White House, it raised flags. Shawn Fain, who's a huge supporter of that party that's in power right now, said, yeah, we've been telling you guys about this. So when they asked the question in the White House briefing room, well, what do you think was going to happen? Well, what happened is very simple. Different staffers, different people had a conversation with people at Stellantis. And when I tell you that the source that I have in Stellantis is extremely high, they're extremely high. It's why when I publish or I talk about situations or issues, they can be a month and a half before you hear about it in the regular media. Whether it's this issue with the Ram going to Mexico, or an executive shakeup at Stellantis, or, I don't know, the Charger being delayed months, layoffs that are going on at Stellantis. We've been ahead of the curve every single time. There's a reason for that. The sources are fucking great. That'd be the best way for me to say it. They're awesome. And having a conversation with them today, or this morning, and when I say it's early, all right? It's 3-something in the morning. And having a conversation with them today after that White House press briefing, different staffers and other people from the White House, as well as the Department of Transportation, had conversations with executives at Stellantis and said, hey fellas, what's up with this factory at Belvidere? Now, I'm pretty sure that Shawn Fain probably had a conversation with them before they did that, because according to my source, they parroted about and I mean parrot, like they copied everything Shawn Fain has been saying in detail. Interesting. Now, the most interesting part of the entire situation is that White House staffers relayed the message to Stellantis and said, so if you don't follow through with opening Belvidere, or we don't hear an announcement in the next 7 to 10 days, we might have to make the same decision that Italy made and pull back these EV grants, this EV money that we were giving you, which they were going to use for their investments that they said they were making into Belvidere, Shap, and some of the other places, to invest in their workers and invest in these assembly plants at these places in the United States. When in all reality, that money is absolutely 100% coming from government subsidies from the United States government for the Green New Deal. Or I should say, the green news scam. Because employees are now finding out, wait a minute, aren't we going to make electric vehicles here? Why are they cutting all these jobs? Newsflash, they don't need that many employees to make electric vehicles. Electric vehicles don't require the same amount of employees that gas vehicles do. And as AI gets better, robots get better, guess what? That means even more and more jobs as automation gets stronger. It means less jobs for you guys that work in the automotive industry. This is not a secret, all right? You've literally watched the automotive industry go from over 1 million employees in the greater Detroit area to down to 100 or so thousand. That's bad. That's bad. It's only going to get worse, unfortunately. And at some point, with how good AI is getting, and when they start mixing that together with the robots, unfortunately, the automation will completely remove your job as an auto worker. Because the robots will be able to do it unlimited hours for cheaper. There's no reason to pay the employee at that point. So that's why when people are asking, like, should I cash out? Should I do this? What should I do? Listen, enjoy your job while you can. Just understand that, like, some of the older school guys or the guys that are my age in their 40s that have been there for 15 years, they're already coming up on a retirement in a few years. You guys that have been there for like 4 or 5 years now, you're never going to see a retirement in the automotive manufacturing industry. Unless you get competent, and I mean competent leadership in your union that forces the issue that pushes back automation from the automotive industry. That's the only thing that can save your jobs at this point. Because unfortunately, it's going to end bad. Now, the one good shining light in this entire situation, and this is the crazy part, is both parties, the Democrats and the Republicans, both agree that the jobs from Stellantis should not leave the country. What a shocker. This is something that both parties agree on. So that means you can't be like, F Trump, F Kamala in the comments, because they both agree on the same thing. And the current sitting president, Biden, has sent messages to Stellantis effective today that says, honor your agreements with the UAW or lose your subsidies. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of days if Stellantis actually honors those subsidies, or they do what I think they're going to do, which I'll talk about in a later video. We've already talked about China making offers, and some of the offers that have been made by Chinese companies for these American Stellantis brands have been insane. New offers are coming in. I think they might sell it this time. I think they see the writing on the wall. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.